Hi, Amy with AJ's Vintage Designs and Fashion Toppings here. Just gonna do a cool little aging technique to this piece. And I'm gonna be applying a really cool Route 66 print on the top, but I need to age up this piece. I've kind of already started, but I figured I'd stop real quick and do a video so you can see how it's done. I'm gonna age it up and give it that layered look. So right now I'm working with this really kind of yellowed, dingy, old, crackled piece. And I want to make it more rustic. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing. This print has, referring to Dixie Belle colors, it has like an antebellum blue, a palmetto, a barn red, and this color right here is considered putty. So I'm taking all those colors along with coffee bean to get this look. First thing I've done is I scooped out a little bit of palmetto into a cup. This is antebellum blue and barn red, okay? I'm gonna be thickening it up. I'm going to add texture on here. I want this to look like it's been painted several times over many, many years. So I'm gonna be adding Dixie Belle Sea Spray, which is a texture additive. It's a powder, and it comes with a little scooper inside. And I'm gonna be adding about 1/3 of a scoop to each one of these colors. And that's gonna thicken it up so I can create texture. Okay, this is called Sea Spray. So I'm taking that powder, I'm adding it to my paint. Now, you can just play with it. You can decide how thick you want it, how thin you want it. So I recommend using less powder and then just keep adding powder to it as you need to make it the thickness or the consistency that you want. I like working with Sea Spray when it gets to be like a peanut butter consistency, a creamy peanut butter, or like brownie batter. And so that's I always compare it to baking. Okay, so you're just gonna stir it up really well so you have no white powder mixed in. So I've stirred it up. Now look at the consistency of this paint. Clump, and it's got texture in it, those little granules. So I'm creating texture. So I'm gonna add Sea Spray to each one of these colors real quick. I'm gonna set that to the side, and what I wanna do right now is I wanna get a base coat of coffee bean on here, and coffee bean is this dark brown, and the reason I'm doing that is I'm gonna be doing several layers and doing a little bit of like wet distressing, and I don't want this to ever peek through. I don't want this color on here, so I'm gonna put one coat. It's a very thin coat. It doesn't even have to be perfect. The nice thing is that since we're going for texture, I can just brush it on real quick. I don't even have to worry about how neat I am, because it's just create texture. So I'm just gonna get a thin coat on here just to cover this up. I'm gonna let this dry completely, and then I'm gonna add the Sea Spray on top. I've kind of done most of the piece already, but I saved one section for you guys. Okay, so like I said, I'm not worried about brush strokes. I'm not worried about solid coverage. I'm just making sure I don't have any drips is all, okay? Get a full coat of that dark brown, which is the coffee bean. So I'm gonna let this dry real quick, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna add the Sea Spray. Okay, so now the next step is we're going to add our texture. So we have this single coat, doesn't matter how nice and neat you do it, the single coat of coffee bean, which is our dark brown, and now I'm gonna be using chip brushes. Now, the reason I'm using chip brushes is with this texture additive, I don't want to clean brushes and have this down in my drains. So I'm gonna use brushes that are like the cheap chip brushes, because these are gonna get tossed and thrown away. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, and this is creating texture. See that chunky goodness on there? It's gonna create texture. So I'm just gonna put it on and bring you in close. Okay, so you can see that I'm creating texture. I'm just putting this on here. I want to create like brush strokes and make it look like old wood grain that's in here. So you can just put it wherever you want. I'm gonna be putting each one of these colors on here. I know it looks funky right now. Put it in thick in areas. You can pounce it on for added texture. I'm gonna do a lot of the dry brushing, and I'm gonna be adding multiple colors on here. Let's see, start thick up here and just drag it down. Thick up there, drag it down. See how that's adding texture? And then I'm gonna rotate and kind of switch around with my colors. I'm gonna put some red on here now, which is the barn red. And I'm just flicking some colors on there. See how I want it to be chunky, because I'm gonna be doing a wash and some wet distressing over this. And this is going to show through my next layers. And I'm just getting it on thick, just kind of pouncing it wherever. See? It looks funny right now, but it will look cool when we're finally done. So I'm just randomly putting the colors around. Okay, so I've got the red and the blue. Now I'm going to be adding some green. These are all colors that are found in my print, and I want them to show through when I do my color wash. Leaving chunks, and I'll show you close up in just a minute. You can go in opposite directions if you want to add extra texture. Go in opposite directions. I can go downwards, I can go crisscross. I can do whatever I want. Just adding texture. It's gonna look like layers of old paint underneath when I put a wash over it. Okay, so this looks kind of cool the way it is right now, but I'm gonna show you close up, but we're gonna let this completely dry. This is gonna take several hours to dry. You can take a heat gun to it to speed it along, but I will come back and we'll do the next step. As soon as this chunky goodness is dried, then I'm gonna be doing a wash and some wet distress on it so we can really give it that aged look. Okay, I'm back. It's the next day. I went ahead and let all the sea spray dry overnight so that I know it doesn't get reactivated and that it's nice and adhered to my piece. So it looks kind of funky right now. So now it's time to do the wash. And when I'm using my paintbrushes, I knew I was gonna be using these again either later that night or right away the next morning. I mist them with a little bit of water. I throw them in a Ziploc baggie, and then I throw them in the refrigerator. If you throw them in the refrigerator, they stay nice and soft. So these have actually been in the refrigerator since yesterday, and they're gonna be good to go. I will clean them today. I won't keep doing that, but I just did it because I knew I was gonna be using them again. So I did put them in the refrigerator. First of all, I'm gonna be doing kind of like a wash, a dry brushing, wet distressing, wash type of technique. It's a little mix of all of them. And I'm starting off with a light color. This is called putty. And I'm starting off with the light color because I'm just going to soften all of this up. And then I'm gonna come back in with coffee bean and dry brush coffee bean over it to then deepen it back up so it has more depth and dimension and a layered look to it. I have my paper towels close by, and I also have a missing bottle just with straight water in it. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off up here, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the putty. I'm gonna mist my brush. Once again, it's already a little bit damp because it's been in the refrigerator. And I'm just gonna put just a little bit of paint on here, but I don't want a lot, so I'm just gonna dabbing a little bit of it off. And with a very light hand, I'm just going to apply a little bit of that putty right on top. Now you can just do the dry brushing, but I don't want to do the dry brushing. I want to soften it up a little bit. So I'm getting that putty put all over it. I get it up here as well. You do this in sections. So I'm doing this small section first, and then I'm gonna come back with my water and paper towel. So I have paper towel already folded and ready. I'm going to mist it to get it damp. And now I'm gonna wipe these colors and it's gonna smooth them out. I'm gonna push them into that texture. It's lightening my colors. And the harder I press or the more water I use, I'm gonna keep refolding this. I'm using a different section. The more water I use, the harder I rub, the more I'm gonna see the colors underneath. So it's kind of similar to wet distressing. And I'm seeing the high points of the green showing through. So I'm doing this to get that chippy layered look. And if there's an area I wipe too much off of, then I just go back and apply some more. And I can be a little bit more gentle. So this is very forgiving. You can wipe in any direction. I just want to soften those colors up. I want it to look like these colors were applied many, many coats ago. And I do have a strong area there, but I have not wiped that yet. So I'm going to fold it to a new section, dampen it again. I recommend using shop towels for this because regular paper towels will just shred because of the texture from that sea spray. It'll just leave white lint everywhere. So use the blue shop towels or use a white rag or a t-shirt, a rag, something to that strength, so it's not going to leave all that peeling white that you would get from a normal paper towel, because it is pretty rough on it. See, it's tearing up my paper towel. So there we go. I'm just wiping this back. We're adding another layer to this. Remember, I'm doing the coffee bean over it. So if I need to add a little bit more, this is just play. So there's the area that if it's still too dark for you, go back and just dry brush a little bit more on there. And take some water and gently wipe it again. So it's all about adding layers. And I want that blue and that green and that red to peek through. Okay, so I did that section. And now I'm gonna move on to the side sections. Okay, and before I move on to the side sections, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the coffee bean, and then I'll do everything else in like a fast motion. So now I'm taking my brush and I'm going into the dark brown, which is the coffee bean, and I'm gonna do a little bit more like a dry brushing. So I'm actually got the paint on the tip of my brush. I'm gonna pounce it off a little bit. You can use a chip brush for this too as well. And very lightly, I'm gonna barely touch the piece. I'm just going to drag that coffee bean over, and all that texture is going to get grabbed. Okay, I'm gonna bring you in so you can see that texture getting grabbed. Okay, so look right here, you're gonna be able to, okay, see how it's grabbing that texture? I'm just gently taking that coffee bean, that dark color, and just wiping it across all that texture. See how it's grabbing that and really making it look aged? The reason we did the sea spray is we wanna see that texture. So you can go in an opposite direction too. If it's not grabbing the texture that you want, you can grab it and you can brush it in the opposite direction, catching all those peaks and valleys. Move it farther this way for you. Okay, this has been done. This has not been done. See the difference how I deepened it up? I have not re-dipped my brush. Very gently, I'm just wiping over all that texture. You can go in any directions. I'm just trying to catch, see I'm catching all those peaks. Sometimes you do need to go in a different direction, like this way, to grab more of those peaks and valleys with that dry brush. So this is such an easy technique. But see how that really aged it up? I want to get really dark in these corners, because usually our corners are our dirtiest part of our furniture. So I already know it's not going to be that clean and bright in the corners. So I'm just going a little bit heavier in the corners, okay? So see how that really aged it up? I love this look. This up here just has that putty, that lighter color, and this is with the coffee bean over it. See how it darkened it up? And it really brought out all that texture. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead. I still have not re-dipped. A little goes a long ways. And I'm just grabbing that. I love the texture. Get you up close so you can see it. Okay, still dry brushing. I have not re-dipped. Just going back and forth over it. Just grunging that up. See how that did that? And I can go like this. And that really catches all those peaks and valleys, go in the opposite direction. And I have not re-dipped my brush. This is the first time I put paint on it. I wiped it off on a paper towel, and I've done all of this with just the residual that's on my brush. See how you can now see that texture? See the texture by doing my brushing in an opposite direction? Okay. Okay, so now I'm just gonna do the rest of it in fast motion, so you can, and then you'll be able to see the after, how it's gonna look. Okay, starting off with the putty, and then we're gonna wipe it off, and then we're gonna go to the coffee bean. Okay, so I'll get this putty on here. Okay, so I got all the texture done. Look at that, and I'll take some close-up pictures, and it's all the way around. This looks old and painted many, many times. Look at that. I'm gonna take some close-up pictures, and I'm gonna have it staged at the end. So make sure you stay to the end of the video so that you can see the staged pictures. But there you go. How easy was that? And you can't make a mistake with this. You're just putting on a base color. Pick your color. I use coffee bean. A base color, and then get some sea spray and add that texture on here in whatever colors you want. And then you're dry brushing a light color, wiping it off. And then putting the darker color on, which is the coffee bean again, and then wiping it back. And so it just gives you all those different layers. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Like I said, I'll have pictures at the end. Make sure that you like and subscribe down below and click on that little bell so that you're notified every time that I do another video. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more consistent with putting up YouTube videos, but I thought this would be a fun, easy project. Okay, once again, thanks for watching, and like I said, don't forget to subscribe, and you can also follow me over on Facebook at AJ's Vintage Designs. I do a lot of painting tutorials over there as well. So, okay, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a fabulous day.